Okay, the live stream should be starting up relatively soon. Please give a moment to make sure I have everything set up properly. Which seems like it's going good. YouTube going good. There we go. Update the Rumble description. That seems good. Let me check my other computer. One moment. Yep, I think everything is good over here. So I know as well, I'm still recovering from a cold, so my apologies for that. But I believe I have everything is good to go. So, go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the top left side, or just the left side, as the yellow Tatars, we have High. Spawn on the right side as the blue Bretons, we have Ex-Never Ricatoni. I think that the Ex-Ever is probably the clan name. But let's go ahead and cover each player's bonuses. Tatars, relatively uncommon civilization, cavalry archer civilization. Villagers start, village gather the plus 50% food from herdables. New towns to start with 2 sheep starting the castle age. Units deal plus 25% damage when fighting from high elevation. Thumbmarines and Parthian tactics is free. You can get the Keshik, which provides gold upon hitting stuff, and Flaming Camel, which is not really a meme unit. Unique tech, Silk Road, light cavalry and steppe lancers and cavalry archers get +1/+1 armor, and Turmurid siegecraft, +2 range on trebuchets, and enable flaming camels. For the Bretons, everybody's staple foot archer civilization. Town centers cost 2% less wood starting the castle age. Foot archer except skirmishers get +1 range in castle, +2 in bureau age total. Trevor scores 25% faster. Unique units long bowman, unique text, yeoman +1 foot archer range, +2 tower attack, warwolf, trebuchets 2 blast damage. And of course archer range work 10% faster. So we do not see any militias out in the field just yet. Yep. Sorry if I'm also checking my stream. I still need to work on the hand tracking. So it looks like a little bit flickery. My apologies. But now we do have these scouts pushing forward. They may receive some hits from the spearmen. The spearman is just keeping them away. We do have 3 spearmen in the field. That should be plenty to deal with these scouts. And scouts are just trying to skirmish around, trying to find an angle to advance on in. Looks like they will potentially find an angle. Nope, they will get forced back. Didn't want to be closing by the spearmen. There's of course the wood line here. This villager is very much exposed and will likely go on down. Yep, I definitely need to work on the hand tracking. I need to get some sort of like custom mount to put an exact position I want. We do have this villager now receiving a bit of damage. Does manage to get out of there. Scouts looks like receive no damage in return. They may have received 1 damage somewhere. And there's also... Wait, how did Ostrich get way over there? That Ostrich must have been pushed pretty far away from the group, and or maybe got the rest of them were herded into over here, and this is one. It's all by lonesome. Over here we got yellows of scouts moving around, but they have seen quite a bit of damage. There's one down, and there goes the others now. I am not really liking this damn cold. It's the siege and allergies just won't go away from me. The headache's gone, but I think because I drank a whole load of water from past week. Nope. Didn't say obstructed. Doing canceled. So it looks like Blue had something obstructed somewhere. Interesting enough. And I've got these scouts pushing me forward, trying to get some good damage onto these palisade walls. They will get one palisade wall hitting away. We do have these scouts still moving around. One of them looks like we received one poke there. Does see another deadly poke there. The scouts severely wounded, and now they will advance forward. There is a partial palisade wall here. And this lone villager, she will get hit by these scouts, but only gets wounded. Down here, we got these scouts moving around. Looks like they have see a bit of pokes from this scout or spearman. That spearman has see a bit of fire as well. Down 10 health. So the scouts do 5 damage each, so it looks like they got a pair of hits there onto that spearman. You now got a mining camp here, trying to claim this gold. And blue is currently going for castle age. Let's see what yellow's going for. No castle age just yet, but only one villager on the queue. Let's see now. He does have a small reserve of food. Not a lot of gold. So it looks like yellow's pretty far away from castle age himself. So blue's going to get a fast castle. But likely yellow will pull ahead in villager count as well. This spearman could have got a poke there onto this scout there, taking him out. Two of these scouts are severely wounded. These scouts are still moving around, getting warded away by the spearman. There's likely going to be a handful of archers inside this arch range, I'm assuming. Yep, we got 5 soon. And likely going to get, once we get castle age, going to go for early bottle arrow and crossbow research. Looks like these scouts going to take time to try to deal with this palisade wall. If he's able to create a breach here, it will allow him to get his archers in to do some damage. And it's going to start reinforcing the wall with some housing. Got these pair of scouts moving around. We got a very good number of archers here with a good escort of spearmen as well. There is 5 spearmen. That is a very good number of spearmen. So even knights will have trouble getting through that, let alone scouts. Yellow's not going for castle age. He's going to have a bit of trouble versus stuff. It's generally a good idea if you find anything at the Bretons to spam out a whole bunch of skirmishers. He should have skirmishers out quite by now because skirmishers are the counter to his opponent. And they're pretty cost-effective versus archers. You got the lion now coming in to support yellow. And he goes down. No Nemeton lion. These scouts still patrolling around. Hasn't seen any additional damage. And you got the single scout not being poked down there. Do have some armor. He needs to get out pierce armor rather than melee armor. And now going for additional housing there. He will get a good line of housing in order to protect this area. And now scouts will go and try to does find this relatively weak area, and so he's going to try to make a breach there. Yellow's now trying to go for a second town center here, going aggressive town center, so aggressively trying to put multiple town centers on the field to provide a buffer. Does kill off the 2 wounded spear scouts there. Does get picked off there thanks to the archer support. And all these crossbows do have 7 range. We do have step lancers being pulled on the field, but step lancers don't exactly have high pierce armor. Step lancers, in my opinion, is not going to be a good item. He does, I think, cancel those. He does pull out the step lancers. Does have 2 pierce armor there. Let's get a pair of sheepies there. A Scorpion wouldn't be half bad. Scorpion and Mangonel both are a pretty good idea. Let's get some good damage there onto the Scout Cavalry, and the Scout Cavalry does go down to the Step Lancers. You now have Knight here. The Knight does have 3 Pierce Armor at the moment. Step Lancers have 2. 80 health versus 120 health. Yeah, Knight is just generally better versus these Spearmen, and does have a good escort of Pikemen now. The Scorpion's going to get some good work done as well. He has a good volley there. He can't make the high ground advantage just yet. Now he could make use of the high ground advantage. The high ground advantage plus the Scorpion could be quite deadly. Sorry about that. We'll find a good volley, and that's villager there taking him out. We got 2 villager production for yellow. Blue has 3 villager production, so blue is going to skyrocket villager count. Knight and Step Lancers pushing way forward, trying to get some damage there. Scorpion's getting some great AoE damage. Is it considered AoE or splash damage? That's probably the best term there. Collaterals, if you want to get more CSGO. Takes out the entire force there. Largely due to thanks to these two pair of Scorpions. Very, very good usage of Scorpions. I like seeing units that are not very deployed often. And that was an excellent case for Scorpion. Especially thanks to the Tatar's high ground damage. Is that Cumin or Tatar? It is Tatar. Since the Tatar's higher ground damage, that collateral damage is actually quite significant. So very, very good play by Yellow. And now he has a Step Lancer force advancing forward, trying to eye for some raiding. We do have these Step Lancers. I'm trying to find engagement some here, but there is no breach. Maybe it's possible that from the stab over the tree line, it does have one range. Don't mean that's an entire tile, but either way, he can start poking down some of these palisade walls. Very nice. What is blue to line defense? Sorry about that. We got a line of housing being deployed on out the field. Step Lancers are having a bit of trouble getting to the breach. Housing now is going to receive some stabs. Step Lancers is going to have trouble getting through this area. Oh, looks like these Scorpions will be spotted and will be taken out by these. Oh, gets a good high ground damage there. Takes out a single crossbowman. Does lose both of those Scorpions, however, but the Knight does go down in return. So the Tatar player still has a very good cavalry advantage, but of course does lack in any sort of counter to these pikemen. Though the Step Lancers could get some good damage there before his opponent really attacks. Who's not going for the wheelbarrow? Monk and some crossbowmen. The Monk would be a good idea to try to convert some of these guys, as well as fetch some relics. We do now have a Mangonel being deployed on the field. Mangonels will do some good work. Or can do some good work, at least. Do not have a monster being pulled up by Yellow on the outskirts of this region. He can convert a couple of these lone knights. He doesn't have bloodlines research, does he? I'm assuming he can get bloodlines. Oh no, you can't get bloodlines. Interesting. I didn't realize Britons can build bloodlines. So overall, the knights and cavalry will be much better for the Tatars. I wonder, can Tatars get paladins? Can't get arbalists. Can't get paladins. Can't get fully upgraded hussars though. And now we got a monk now trying to convert some of these units. There are 2 monks here, 3 monks in total. This force does need to fall back. The scout is quite wounded as well, down to 1 health. I love how every time I look at my OBS stream, my other hand pops up. My hands are not really staying. I definitely need to figure out my hand tracking. Oh well. We do now have this monk here. The monk could get a conversion. How is there a blue monk there? No, seriously, how was a blue monk there? Yellow has not claimed any relics just yet, and blue has claimed 2. Third potentially could be claimed as well. The 2 last remaining relics are up here, which blue can get 1. Wait, there it is. And this one could be claimed by blue as well, but most likely going to be yellows. Assume they see them. Step Lancers charging forward, trying to get some conversions off there. He will lose 1 with Step Lancers to conversion as well. Step Lancer will go in and go on down. What is Yellow planning? He's not being as aggressive as I would imagine. Got a couple of Step Lancers and Knights over here. You got these crossbowmen and pikemen advancing forward. He's starting to heal some of these forces as well. The Step Lancer and the Knight. Yellow's currently just building villagers. Has 4 town center production, so Yellow's trying to go advance higher with the village production. He knew he has the later castle age, so that's why he built a 4th town center. He's trying to get out more and more villagers now. And now the villager count is equal and above for Yellow. This town center does take up the knight there. Now the stuff lancers will be next. Blue, he appears to only have the 2 villager production, getting Imperial Age as well. So Blue will have more tech advantage. And the stuff lancer does get some good damage there, takes out 1 villager as well. Yellow's now ahead, 95 to 90. He was actually pop capped for quite some time. Gets another villager there. Trying to go for conversion. Will claim himself another step lancer. Got a line of walls here, as well as another town center being pulled out by Blue. And this is actually a line of stone walls, isn't it? More archers rangers being pulled on the field. He may be eyeing for heavy cavalry archers. I'm not so sure how effective heavy cav archers versus the Britain's crossbowmen arbalists. How high armor can the heavy cav archers can get? It can get pretty high, like up to 6 armor, right? And the Tatars get additional tech that give them more pierce armor. The Silk Road, like cavalry step lancers and cavalry archers, get +1/+1 armor. So how high can the armor get on the heavy cav archers? Blue's now reached Imperial Age. Yellow's have Imperial Age on the field queue. Yellow has 104 villagers versus opponents 98. A couple cavalry archers advancing forward. Right now they have 0/0 armor. My apologies. Let's see. Parthian Tactics at +1/+2 armor. So that gives them +2 armor there. You can get all the cavalry archers there. Archers and cavalry archers have +1 armor and +2 pierce armor. So that is, if I'm reading that correctly, that's up to 8 pierce armor there, +9. So does cavalry archers get up to 9 pierce armor, or can get up to 9, which could be quite absurd. Also, once right now damage is 7, like to get them up to around 9 or 10. Monk trying to go for conversion there, having trouble versus the pikemen. Pikemen do take out the monk there, and now Blue's going for forward to castle. Blue needs this Imperial Age. He's been a bit sluggish on the research as well. He needed to go for pierce armor research a long time ago. If heavy cav archers can be also conditional damage versus pikemen, these cavalry archers could do some quite good work. We got the Parthian Tactics there. He currently has 3 pierce armor. Going for Brayson now. Yellow's transition has been very poor, in my opinion. We do now have a blue trebuchet being pulled out on the field. Trying to get these guys garrison as well, trying to defend this region. Yellow's not going for a trebuchet. He needs a trebuchet. He needs heavy cav archers now. And Blue's castle will be built. Yellow does have a superior number of villagers. Blue's trebuchet not firing away. He should have got a trebuchet a long time ago. A lot of damage coming out by Blue right now. Going for a trebuchet now, very late. Blue's now going for forward knights. Or could be hussars or light cavalry. Town center is just seeing some fire there. Yellow's now trying to repair up this castle. He needs to get this trebuchet out immediately. He may need to go for a treb war first. We do now have, looks like the skirmishers fan coming on out. We do have these why is this town center not firing arrows? Okay, now it's firing some arrows now. A lot of villagers going down. These arbalists are doing some great work. He does not have any cavalry to deal with this force. No really skirmishers. The skirmishers are being put out there. Yellow's trebuchet is now being put on out. Yellow's response has been very slow. These arbalists have 9 range at the moment. Yellow's trebuchet is now under fire. He needs to start repairing that trebuchet. He is taking out these pikemen, not his own trebuchets. His town center will go down. He has plenty in return, but he has nothing to deal with these villagers or deal with these arbalists. But he does have these skirmishers attacking the villagers. He needs those for defense. Those are not attacking units. They're more like a defense unit. Cavalry archers have been cleaned up as well. And Yellow's just actually out of gold. That's Yellow's problem right now. He's just right out of gold. Trying to go for a forward town center right here. Let's see. Heavy Cavalry Archers up to 6 Pierce Armor, 10 attack. Very, very nice. Definitely needs more of them, but just simply doesn't have the gold production. He's forced to abandon his base to get the gold. Got a pair of blue trebuchets here, and these towns will not last very long. Denying this gold has been very, very problematic for yellow. Even taking time to lay down some farms on the far side of the town center as well. Yellow's getting a bit desperate there. Skirmishers getting some damage there onto the heavy cav archers, and these heavy cav archers are can say quite a bit of abuse from the skirmishers. New got a line here. Multiple trebuchets being blown out. Going to be sieging down Yellow's town center now. And gets a good hit there. Apologies. Always pushing the way forward. Council's already destroyed. Yellow, I think it's just all of the game. Yellow's a very slow transition. It's probably what cost him the game. These cavalry archers now getting taken out by the castle as well. The castle's finally gone down for blue, giving Yellow more maneuverability, but this game's already pretty much over. They got these villagers abandoning the region, unable to even obtain a single ounce of gold for his heavy cav archers. Which is pulling out some more now. And right now he does have a whole set of Pierce armor there. I don't think it's a unique technology yet. He has the heavy cav upgrade as well as the Parthian tactics. So right now they do get up to 6 Pierce armor, 7 if he gets this unique technology, and these arbalists do 10 damage, but the arbalists technically would do like 3 damage each, which is not a whole lot, but the heavy cav archer would do 7, minus the 1 Pierce armor currently his opponent, so heavy cav archers could have been a good counter to his opponent's arbalist spam. He can't use the range advantage. He will get a first strike, but that's it. He will not be able to run away with his heavy cav archers. Yellow's still trying to hold down this game. These villagers need to be on attack these pikemen in order to stay alive. Blue's trebuchet is getting hit by these villagers. We do got a nice small hit squad of heavy cav archers. They should be able to clean up this force no problem. They don't have ballistics just yet, so they will have a bit of trouble versus these moving targets. And they can also could get chemistry as well to be upgraded and increase their damage a little bit further. Just a matter of when not actually getting back in the game to do it, because right now Yellow has been set so far behind. He's also has 91 villagers, and I don't think any of them have really been collecting all too much. Another town center going on up. Heavy cav archers did some great work there. You can easily kill off these pikemen because Parthian tactics does give them bonus damage versus pikemen and spearmen.
Awesome.
But right now, Yellow needs gold. Yellow needs food and wood. He does have a small reserve of gold. He does have 1 relic obtained, which is useful. Sorry about that. And these arbalists and villagers are being focused on one at a time. Villagers trying to build this castle. Now we've got the elite skirmisher upgrade. They can get some decent damage there on the heavy calves, but not as much as you would like. Heavy cav, we can see how well these heavy cav archers are doing, and Yellow finally backs out the game now. Yellow could have easily won that. He just had a poor transition. By the way, this is Adam Grade saying thanks for watching, and on to the next replay. So, Tatars do pose a threat to Britons. Keep that in mind. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. So on the south side as the red Magyars, we have Jezmosun. On the north side as the blue Celts, we have Pepe El Purpuro. I have no idea. Let's go and cover each player's civilization bonuses. The Magyars. Villagers kill wolves in 1 strike. Forge, cast iron, blaster furnace is free, so he gets free melee attack. scout light cavalry hussars cost 50% less, so cheaper light cavalry. Unique unit, the Magyar Hussar. Unique technologies, the Corvin army. Magyars become a trash unit. Of course, they still require a castle, but of course, generally inherently better than Hussars. And recurve bow. Cavalry archers get +1 attack and +1 range, which actually is quite good. Both red scout does go down, Buzz does take a villager out with him. And the team bonuses, foot archers get +2 line of sight. For his opponent, the Celts, they are an infantry civilization. They're infantry and siege civilization. Infantry moves 15% faster starting feudal age. Lumberjacks work 50% faster. Siege weapons fire 25% faster. Can steal sheep more easily, which is not really that useful, honestly. And sheep within one Celt's unit's line of sight cannot be stolen. You do text. Oh, we got a militia right there, as my game sort of had a hit by a couple lag spikes. You got militia deployed out of both sides. There's 3 red militia versus 2 blue militia. Unique units of the Wold Raiders, a fast infantry unit. Unique tech, stronghold. Castles and towers fire 30% faster and can heal in a small radius around them. Looks like he does bring the villagers off the line to help support his militia, trying to deal with the red militia. Red militia has the same bit of damage there. Does get the high ground damage there. And no one's died just yet. Pretty close to. And now we do got the +1 attack. Or that's the feudal age for blue. Red gets the free melee attacks there. So if he would have got feudal age earlier, he could have got a bit of a time attack for a free melee buff. Only 1 militia member remains. Gains some great damage from that scout. Militia does 4 damage, so can take out the scout 1 hit. The scout does 5 damage, can take the militia out in 1 hit. So it's all depends who gets the first strike. But the villager can perhaps just shank him. Führer Keltada. Siege Workshop units get +40% health. And Siege Workshops work 20% faster. Scout's going to be scouting around. That was just, he just got ordered over there. We'll spot the wood line. My apologies, it's damn cold. Get a nice drink into me to help wet my throat. The militia's still in the region. Able to get some scouting off here. Maybe able to club some of these villagers. But once he clubs a villager, yep, shanked.
Kia.
Zebra's not being claimed. A long distance away, he is actually collecting Zeba without herding and without a mill nearby? What is going on? Lion gains some good damage there. The archer does severely wounded, and this skirmisher does roll a miss there. This skirmisher does see some hits by the scout. The scout is 1 shot away from death. Though it does have 2 pierce armor, but skirmishers, I believe, does do bonus damage versus scouts. Small amount, but I think it will be enough to kill it. Scouts, what? Or the Magyars. They don't have any hunting bonuses there, so why is he gathering zebra away from the town center, or at least not without a mill? That's just so weird to me. Skirmishers do roll some misses there onto that scout. Am I missing something right here? And oh, blue kills off that zebra. He saw his opponent collecting the zebra, so him killing off the zebra with his archers was a really, really smart play. He read the situation and did something really smart. I can say, well done by blue. I'm still wondering why red was like that. Was in that situation to begin with. You now have Blacksmith Lowdown out for red. He may be eyeing for fletching, or not just yet. And Scout does actually pick up that wounded skirmisher there, and this skirmisher does manage to throw a spear into that Scout. Very, very nice. Blue doesn't have a whole lot of archers in this region. Now he's on advanced forward with 4 archers, 1 Scout. Gains some good hits there onto the skirmisher, preventing him from throwing the spears. But you got a good sizable defense force here. 4 skirmishers and 2 archers. That one archer that was running away, or skirmisher that was running away, does go down. Now there's another archer being pulled on out. Red does have a decent defense force here. We're able to deal with Blue's archers no problem. Blue's archers do not have fletching just yet. Red's currently just going for villagers. Let's see what Blue's going for. He's going for fletching now, as well as more archers. No villager on the build queue. But right now, Red does have advantage with his villagers. Villager number. And Blue does have a large number of scouts in this region as well. Scouts trying to collapse in on these skirmishers. And maybe we'll find some damage there on these villagers. Try to destroy that farmhouse being built. Well, it's unsuccessful, but good try. And we've got these villagers now receiving some archer fires. One of Red's villagers do go down. We've got two of Red's spearmen advancing forward, trying to deal with these scouts and archers. One archer does go down as well. Does get another volley there, but rolls a pretty big miss there. Does take out another archer. Skirmishers trying to... The scouts trying to push way forward. Once it back on in, receive quite a bit of damage there. These scouts are also wounded. He may find a volley there. Does take out the last archer. Skirmishers just need to split up in order to avoid being within the minimum range of these scouts. Right now, Blue's just going for more villagers and archers. Red is currently going for more archers and villagers. Does roll a miss there. All of these scouts are very wounded. And he's going to start building a market there, which also congests the region, allowing the spears to be able to perhaps engage these scouts a bit more easier. This entire region is walled off, so the scouts cannot escape through there. The only way they can escape is through the mill. But be careful, he may get milled and turn that horse into glue. Scouts push ways down south, trying to gain engagement down here. A couple of these villagers currently idle. Spearmen trying to find an engagement on these scouts. But right now he's just scouting around. Doesn't find a hit there, doesn't receive a hit there. Oh, and now they got left behind, and two of them immediately goes down. One scout remains. All scouts go down. Too busy microing this force here. Archer advances forward, does get a number of villagers down. Archer goes down as well. More of Blue's archers are being wiped out, and Blue backs out of the game now, unable to handle the counterattack. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. That replay was a little bit short now, wasn't it? Oops, I meant to hit the delete button, not the play replay button. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the left side as the red Gujaris, we have Kaldos 101. Spawn on the right side as the blue Turks, we have Shimano _ Poked. Of course, this map has a large amount of gold and stone in the center right there, ready to be collected by either player. Both sides still have a small amount of gold up here. Yeah, it's still a decent amount, not necessarily small, but there's of course a large amount down here. So whoever goes down here first and claims it can get a massive advantage and will likely win the game. Likely needs to perhaps maybe eye a stone first and pull a bunch of castles, but they can easily be trebucheted down quite easily from the high ground. Sorry about that. Let's go and cover each player's civilization bonuses as I recover from my coughing. Gujaris are cavalry and camel civilization. Start with 2 4-8 bushes, can garrison mills and livestock to produce food. Mounted units deal approximately 20% bonus damage, 30%, 40% damage based on age. And garrison docks and fishing ships. Unique units, chocolate throws, which is if your unit throws deals damage on a line. And the Shirshama Rider which, if I remember correctly, that is a rider with an alpha strike, or was it the rider with like damage, range damage resistance shield? I forget. And the camel scout, which is a early camel. Unique text, of course, is the Kisharias. Military units cost 25% less food. Frontiers Guard, camel riders, elephants, and camel riders and elephant archers get +4 melee armor. In team bonus, camel and elephant units create 25% faster. For his opponent, we do have the Turks. They're, of course, a gunpowder civilization. Gunpowder units get plus 25% hit points. Research gunpowder costs 50% less. Chemistry is free. Gold mines work 20% faster. Scouts, light cavalry, and hussars get +1 pierce armor. Light cavalry and hussar upgrades are free. So that's a very nice anti-archer units. We do got now the militia upgraded to man at arms. Unique unit hands janissary, which is a unique hand cannoneer. Specify cavalry archers get +20 health, and artillery +2 range on bombard cannons, bombard towers, and cannon galleons. Team bonus gunpowder units are created 25% faster. This wood line has been walled on in, though this house may need some repairs. Those men at arms currently moving around uncontested. Blues currently gets going for some scouts. The scout is scouting around. Red space is not very well fortified at the moment, very open. Blues is has a bit of a encirclement coming on in. Villagers trying to get some of this food here out, some of this foray. And this house is being repaired up by a villager. Blues are trying to mass up some scouts, getting ready to push on in. The villager, it looks like he is out repairing the damage, so he can hold this indefinitely, but it's going to be a constant drain on his economy, as well as +1 villager not collecting. Blues ahead by 1 villager at the moment. Now we've got the villagers and the skirmishers trying to engage the man at arms and the camel scout. Camel scout will go down. Man at arms now we're going to see a bit of fire. Villagers have to be manually tasked each time. And the man at arms do go down now, so now these villagers can go ahead and collect some foray. Sorry about that. Scouts are, of course, a little bit wounded. He could push forward. Even just keeping sort of dancing around opponent's space will keep him contained in space, preventing him from pushing forward. We have some archer units being put out in the field, but of course the Turk player does get additional pierce armor on the scouts. So right now the scouts are up to 3 pierce armor. Going for another pierce armor could make it so that those archers, once they get flushing upgraded, maintain doing 1 damage. Scout cavalry now eyeing perhaps engage this region down here. We got single spearmen for defense. These scouts are quite wounded, so the bonus damage will be quite significant, but it's going to take time to focus down this spearman. Does not get any of the scouts there, and now the villagers going to receive some fire from these scouts. 1 villager does go down. Does take out another villager there. Spearman does go and get a kill there on 1 of the wounded scouts. And now the scouts going to be backing it off, perhaps trying to eye another engagement. Red is going to have 29 villagers, opponents at the Turks at 30. He's got more scouts being pulled on the field. Now, there's actually is quite a heavy investment into food-based items or food-based units. There's going to need a lot of foods, a lot of farms, which also means he needs a lot of wood. Oh, that's stone just in a line of 4 right there. Interesting. More and more scouts have been put on the field. So we've got 8 scouts on the field. Over here, we do have 5 archers. So these archers are not going to do much. He does have fletching upgrade. No pierce armor upgrade on these scouts just yet. So these archers will do 2 damage each, which is still not very good. These archers are going to have to remain on defense. We do have these spearmen. John looks like on a bit of a patrol move. And now it looks like trying to wall in this region. 2 scout spearmen here, but I think these scouts can easily overwhelm them. Archers, 6 archers here for defense. He needs more spearmen. scouts to receive a bit of damage right there. Spearman trying to push the way forward, trying to get some damage as well. And more housing just trying to protect these wood lines. Looks like blue's gonna be backing off. You got these archers advancing forward. This blue scout may spot it. If he does spot it, then these scouts can actually push up and flank them from behind. And blue does spot these archers. Would not if he actually realized he spot the archers, another matter. Yep, now he's in pursuit of these archers, trying to deal with them. We got a nice little watchtower here. Firing some volleys of arrows onto these archers. Archers trying to push way forward. He does only have 3 villagers inside. Need 4 to get all the arrows firing. But doesn't get into the murder hole range. Or lack of murder hole range. And these scouts gonna push forward and quickly annihilate all of these archers. 1 scout does in fact go down. 2 of them go down. And a 3rd scout does in fact go down as well. Granted, a couple of those were quite wounded. But now these scouts gonna be eyeing counterattack. He did get, of course, a villager. Right now the villager count is 39 to 39. And this bird is flying very low. Probably due to the fact because of this, it was spawned over this region. I don't know why. The fact that these birds are flying so low is just sort of funny to me. Actually, they literally flew through the buildings. You actually don't really see that all too often. We still got Castle H being pulled out by blue. Red is going for Castle H as well, getting out some camel scouts, trying to eye to counter these scouts with camel scouts. We can always upgrade them to scout camel riders later on. Scouts pushing way forward, trying to find an angle there. Camel scouts now trying to charge their way forward. There's currently 6 camel scouts plus a spearman archer support. And these scouts will need to fall on back. Once he gets into his castle age, he will get immediate access to the light cavalry, which could help him out versus this engagement. But probably the camel scouts will be effective versus these regular scouts. Now we've got the light cavalry deployed on out. And he's going to be drawing them towards this watchtower now. More light cavalry deployed on the field. The more light cavalry deploys on the field, the more likely red has to stay in his base. Blue's not claiming up this gold here. Going for his backline stone. His gold is pretty far forward, while stone's very safe in the back, while red's is pretty safe in the back. Sorry about that. Blue or red could eye for some early castles in order to be put out in the middle of the map. I see these villagers advancing forward. He may not have enough stone just yet. He's probably saving up stone. He may be eyeing for a forward town center. But currently, he's not collecting any sort of stone. He's eyeing for a forward town center. Help claim this gold and stone. There's a lot of gold here. Those deposits back in the initial base time, which is 4 times 2. This single deposit here has 10. So this gold here is more than what he ever started out with. And there's like 7 other gold deposits like that. So we're now getting focused down by these light cavalry. Light cavalry is going to receive a lot of damage there. Now got the camel riders trying to engage these light cavalry. And I do hear now the camels are starting to engage the camels. I think the camels will defeat the camels because there are more camels than the camels. And all the camels do in fact go down. We got these light cavalry backing on off. They're going to be pursued. He has currently 9 camels pursuing him. It is currently 8 light cavalry there. We got a handful of defensive camels here. The Gujarati players, of course, can't get the heavy camel upgrade. Can the Turks can? They can eventually get heavy camel as well. Looks like we do have this monster being deployed out right there. These camels are advancing forward, trying to find engagement. And the wood line does not create a hole right there, so I have to be very careful not to create additional holes. Trying to reinforce his walls with some housing. Very nice. And right now, he doesn't even have a force to deal with these camels. There's 12 camels there. He has 7 of his own. Handful of light cavalry pushing way forward. Receiving some air towns to the fire. Thanks to the additional pierce arm, the light cavalry can withstand a bit of abuse. They have 5 pierce arm at the moment. Count Sunder has 6 damage, so that each arrow does. The initial arrow does 1 damage. All additional arrows will do 1 damage as well. It looks like a large number of these palisade walls will go and go on down. Housing will be next. Camel trying to rotate over. There's 9 camels here versus 12. Light cavalry does find the wood line there, but is going to be pinned down there by various camel riders. All the light cavalry will go and go on down there. Camels now trying to pursue the camels. Red, of course, has more camels. Just a little bit more wounded, though. Blue's camels start engaging forward. Red's camels still having trouble getting a wraparound, but now Blue's camels getting overwhelmed. Blue's camels are up to 120 health. Yeah, they're both currently at 120 health. And all Blue's camels go down. Only 3 of Red's camels go down as well. And the fact that he had had more wounded camels, so surprised that only that many went down. We do now have a castle being poured down here on the low ground, trying to help secure that region. And these camels still trying to break on through. One house does go on down. The towns, these housing will see a bit more fire there. He doesn't have any archers to throw arrows with them. Remember, these camels have 0 pierce armor. One does have 2 armor as well. And now with the camels all against each other, the town center of Castle of Fire, Red's camels could easily go down right there. Red's camels starting back on off. And Blue's now eyeing to collect some of this much needed gold in the middle of the map. Janissaries, they know how to deal with villagers. Does actually get too close to that town center there. Gets destroyed there. Should put the set edge of the area and put on full ground since more Janissaries been pulled on out in the field. Red's now eyeing for his castle. Blue could actually eye for some stone here and start pulling out multiple castles in this region to help secure the area. Got another mining camp here, but there's a large number of camels in this region. You may not realize there's actually a large number of camels. We do have a pair of monks here. And Red is just pulling out more and more camels. We do got some archers here. They do have fletching. And now more and more Janissaries been pulling out the field. Got Blue's going for another town center now. Blue is behind the villagers, 57 to 66. While because his opponent had this town center down here for quite some time. And now got this more damage onto these housing once again. He's starting to repair up some of these housing with his villagers, but those handful of archers will prevent them from actually repairing those up. Very, very good play there, having those handful of archers. This house will go down relatively shortly. These camels are streaming on in, receiving lots of fire there. One camel does go down, villagers are exposed. If you got a convert there, it does claim one of these camels. This camel was put in the whole ground stance. Now we quickly overwhelmed. But I do hear some Janissaries here. Yep, we got a firing squad of Janissaries gunning down multiple of these camels. However, Blue does lose a handful of villagers as well. Janissaries are making their advance. Archers are faced for as well, being gunned down by these Janissaries. Janissaries just have straight damage. I don't think they get bonus damage like the regular hand cannoneers, but never heard of just straight damage sometimes. Good volley there. Townsend are getting some great shots onto these camels. Now started sending these Janissaries. Now starting to hold the line. And none of these Janissaries do go down, which means these monks that are still in the region could heal them up. Blues now has this town center here, also going for a mining camp here. We may see a bit of a triple war eventually as both players get to Imperial Age. In fact, both players should really eye a quick Imperial Age. We do now have some chariot riders being pulled on out. Archers getting some damage on these villagers, being gunned down by these Janissaries. Sorry about that. Now do have some armored elephants being pulled on the field. They of course have 140 pierced armor, so Janissaries will not be able to engage them. However, the camels can. Can a monk convert a armored elephant, or is it classified as siege unit? Oh, it's not trying to convert them, so likely not. We got multiple castles now being pulled out on the field. Blue will get the castle up going. He needs to get these villagers inside that castle as soon as possible. Yes, he does. Now there's going to maybe a bit of castle war there. Armor elephants still getting some good damage there. These camels are trying to deal with those armor elephants. He's repairing up this castle right now. This castle does have additional arrow fire. He can throw the Janissaries in for more protection, more arrow fire. Red's village is starting to get annihilated here. Red's castle's now at 9%. Do have... Oh, these are not the... Oh yeah, you don't get camel the camel riders. I'm thinking of the wrong one. You get not camel riders, the chariot riders. You get the charcoal throwers, which are the circle throwers. Blue's castle's now trying to hit these villagers. Very nice. Looks like it doesn't have ballistics at the moment. Oh yeah, charcoal throw circles. They should be very fit for this Janissaries, right? Hoop throwers are pretty good, if I remember anything from Age of Empires 3. They know how to deal with Janissaries. We got some more armed elephants being pulled out on the field. Another castle being pulled out by Blue. It's going to be a bit of a castle war on this other map. Let's switch back to Blue. We do got some Petars on the build queue for Red. Petars are starting to connect. Janissaries are seeing some fire there. Castles can get some extra arrows by throwing the Janissaries inside of them, which will probably be a little bit safer than trying to gun down the armored elephants to stop the castles from going down. We do not have murder hole technology just yet for Blue. And got now more castles being pulled on the field. That one castle has gone down. Elephants are seeing a bit of fire there. May need to get a monk out to heal it up. Blue's castle still receiving some damage, but it's going to repair it on up. Red's castle is still quite healthy. Got more Petars being pushing forward, but it does get gunned down there. Camera riders pushing way forward. All of them severely wounded. Can't rely on the fact of murder holes because there's two castles nearby. Villagers now starting to get gunned down by these Janissaries. Very, very good. We got some more Shramashava. I don't know how to pronounce them. Shurbamasha riders are being pulled on the field. Armed elephants so far has been so far uncontested. He needs to pull out his own battle rams to deal with these armored elephants, probably. Can't really get close because of the nearby castle of melee units. But now the Janissaries advancing forward, trying to gun down some more of these villagers. Blue has currently 86 villagers, opponent has 82. Armored elephants are slow going down. Let's claim some of this gold and more stone here. We have plenty of stone for repairs. Armored elephants are being. He needs to focus fire as well. Focus on the low health one. More elephants are armored elephants advancing on forward. This castle is almost down. He's focus fire and does lose the castle now. Shramashava riders are now engaging onto these Janissaries, trying to back themselves in the quarter. Remember, the riders do have damage resistance due to pierce with that ability of theirs. Armed elephants trying to deal with the last castle here. Just have not been able to deal with any sort of counter to them just yet. He's got wheelbarrow there. Red's not going for Imperial Age either. Both some players are just content on Castle Age. But now these armored elephants are exposed. Villagers need to don't repair, but actually shank the armored elephants. Armored elephants are starting to be focused down by the Janissaries. More housing being put out over there. More armor elephants being pulled on as well. Red's also going for wheelbarrow now. The sound is just seeing still more cast of fire. As Blue's going for Imperial H just yet? Yeah, Blue's not going for Imperial H, going for some light cavalry as well. Probably be a bit suicidal to deal with these armored elephants. A lot of these riders have lost their shields. And now they're being started gunned down by these Janissaries. More and more riders try and push their way forward. They're able to stand quite a bit of abuse from these Janissaries. More armored elephants being pulled on the field, so these armored elephants will take out this castle. Armored elephants getting some good damage there. Bring more villagers trying to repair up this castle. Blue also has less villagers as opponent right now. And now he's supposed to find trying to stab these armored elephants. Last, the castle goes down. He still has this fresh one back here, but there's some light cavalry here to support it as well. Blue's almost on Pure Age. Red is now having Pure Age queued up, but it is still behind the villager. Once he gets out in Pure Age, he's able to pull out some trebuchets to deal with this castle that's been in the bud for quite some time. And Blue is going for a lot of stone here. He's going to try to collect as much stone as possible to lay down some more castles, likely. Oh, I just saw this up here. We got the riders pushing me forward. Just got a couple villagers up there. And Red is taking time to collect up some relics. 2 relics will be claimed. Light cavalry now charging forward. Getting some damage there onto these riders. And does have the fresh Hussar upgrade now deployed on the field as well. Red still is getting some camel riders there trying to counter up those Hussars now he's fighting against. And Blue's now playing out his first trebuchet. He does definitely need a handful. Townsend is not being repaired on up. Janissary is trying to protect these villagers. Get some damage there. More of these riders are starting to go on down. Light cavalry now coming to hit those riders. And these riders are getting focused down by these Janissaries. They're just a little bit too many Janissaries for these riders to do a lot of work. Got a good number of armor elephants here. The armor elephants can push forward, try to punch down that trebuchet, but the Hussars, of course, can't stop the armored elephants given enough time. Red's now gone to Pure Age as well, like to pull out his own trebuchets. 2 blue trebuchets pull on the field. Riders now pushing way forward. They're going to go on a suicide run to deal with these trebuchets. They receive a lot of volley fire there and having trouble with the movement to get to those trebuchets. Hussars are now trying to close the distance as well. These riders maybe will get 1 trebuchet. They do get 1 trebuchet, but they're unable to secure the other. Blue's not going for another castle here. And now we've got some more of these Hussars advancing on forward. More camel riders, more Shamatrafuz riders. I really need to sit down and take a look how to pronounce that stuff. A lot of light cavalry Hussars here. Large number of them quite wounded. Armored elephants try and charge, push their way forward. And they can be quickly focused down by these Hussars. Castle has been built now. And these armored elephants will not be able to secure the kill there on this castle. More trebuchets being pulled out of the field. Red now has a pair of trebuchets pulled out as well. Looks like the third trebuchet as well. Armored elephants have been cleaned up. More riders pushing forward, trying to deal with these trebuchets. These hussars can of course block the advance of these riders. In fact, there is actually a nasty choke point there, only allowing one of these riders to actually engage. Janissaries in the region does lose this castle here, reducing the number of trebuchets you can pull out at a time. Red's trying to repair up that castle quite significantly. Now this town center has finally gone down. He still has some depositing areas nearby, so he will maintain some income, but some of these villagers being hit by the castle now. The riders now sort of in full move order there, getting kicked apart by these hussars. Got 4 trebuchets here to pull it up by red. Blue has 3 at the moment, but this castle does finally go down as well. Cameras push away forward. Janissaries trying to advance forward as well. Trebuchet now under fire from these various riders from red. And blue is at Popcat. Blue's castle's put him Popcat, severe Popcat. Trying to pull out some houses here. Blue will win out this engagement here, has plenty of forces. We now have the Janissaries pushing forward, trying to gun down some of these trebuchets. The Janissaries need to hit the camel riders, the hussars, and also a couple of knights on the field to deal with the trebuchets. Janissaries are mostly down. Do got another fresh castle being plotted over there, but immediately gets destroyed by these trebuchets, so does lose all that stone for nothing. Red's cavalry has gone down. Red needs to sort of play around this castle now. Blues need to get his trebuchets forward. Now going for a siege workshop here. We also need to pull out some more housing, potentially, because he was at Popcat earlier. And pulling out some more camel riders and hussars right now. More camel riders being pulled out by red. Blue's also eyeing for the stone. Red's eyeing for a massive deposit of stone right there. Got the hussars engaging the camel riders. Not going to go good for the hussars. Got these knights in those to reach as well. A handful of Janissaries will remain as well. Find good fire support. Looks like Blue's winning the treble war right now. Getting a bit more luck at the random hits. Red does get the trebuchet repaired on up. And Blue's frontline cavalry will go on down. One Janissary remains. A couple other sporadic knights and other forces. Now got the heavy camel rider upgrade for red. And Blue's going to cast a GG and back out of the game now. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Sorry for all the coughing, everybody. There's nothing much I can do about that. Go ahead and go on to the next replay now. Greens versus Khmer. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the south side as the pink Koreans, we have Block Ape. Spawn on the top left side as the blue Khmer, where we have Timer. Koreans is something you don't really see a faction all too often, do you? They're also known for tower rushing, so we may see a tower rush by the Korean player. But either way, let's go and cover each player's civilization bonuses. Koreans, defensive and naval civilization. Those get +3 line of sight, which is very handy. Looks like the game was paused. Stone miners work 20% faster. Power upgrades are free. Bombard still requires chemistry, but that's still very nice to have. Archer armor upgrades are free, very nice. They're also decent for versus defending against archers. And military units except siege weapons cost 20% less wood. Unique units of war wagon, quote-unquote cavalry archer, and the turtle ship, which is not going to be important now. Unique text is the Song watchtowers, guard towers, and keeps the +2 range. And the Shink Ai Chong Mangonel gets +1 range, which actually is very, very good. 1 extra range of Mangonels is actually quite significant. They also do get siege engineers as well, so they get what, 10 range Mangonels? That's actually really, really good. In team bonus, Mangonel's line, a Mangonel line minimum range is reduced. So, you want long range ones? Check. You want close range ones? Check. You want these militia pushing me forward? Check. Khmer. Khmer are a siege and elephant civilization. No building requirements advance to the next age or like other buildings. Farmers don't require mills, town centers to drop off food. Battle elephants move 10% faster. Villagers can garrison houses. Unique units, ballista elephants, a mounted scorpion. Tusk swords, battle elephants get +3 attack. Double crossbow, ballista elephants and scorpions fire 2 projectiles. Team bows, whoops, I hit my microphone. +1 range for scorpions. I love how the +1 range for scorpions is a team bonus, so it's free, but it's still yet very inferior to the +1 Magneto range for Imperial Rage technology. Got these Magneto, or not Magnetos, Man-at-Arms out in the field. Getting some damage done. Pink does, of course, lose his scout. And now it's going to try chopping down the stable now. Trying to prevent any deployment of additional scouts. His one, of course, can have access to additional Pierce armor for his... Oh, no, that's the Khmer player. The Korean player gets Pierce armor on his own archer upgrade, so he can perhaps go out, pull out some early durable skirmishers to deal with these early archers. Goes there from the man-at-arms onto this palisade wall. Trying to break in to hit that single villager, really desperate trying to save himself. But he is doing constant economic damage to his opponent. His opponent's forced to not only have a villager not working, but also repair its been resources on repairing up a palisade wall. Archer firing some arrows there onto these man-at-arms. Let's get it there. That's man-at-arms 1 shot away from death. Now 0 shots away from death. And now we've got the Somani camping plot on the field, as well as the palisade wall there. He only deployed it out on this side here, because he didn't really need to protect this side, since he already was forcing these guys up north. Blue Scouts trying to engage these forces. The man-at-arms could try engaging either the archer or the scout. Maybe split them up. 1 hit try to hit the archer, 1 hit try to hit the scout. Get some hits there on the scouts as well. Man-at-arms still dancing around. And having a pink like being aggressive like this does keep his opponent in his base, unable to advance forward. Blue's currently going for more skirmishers and more scouts. Pink is currently deploying out more archers. They're trying to engage his opponent's force with archers. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm cold. Man-at-arms are currently up there, just trying to stay out of combat for the time being. Could perhaps bring them towards his archers he may push out for. Though these archers could be defensive archers as well. Let's go and fast forward for the time being. Blue Scouts are now advancing forward, trying to get a good engagement somewhere. We got a line of palisade walls here. This palisade wall is started, but not very high health, so perhaps could be focused down. And now it is destroyed. It doesn't get that palisade wall off there, so now these Blue Scouts are now in pink space. 4th one's coming forward. We got a good defensive force here of archers. Of course, it does have archer armor upgrade, so right now it has +1/+1 armor. Very good to protect himself from these scouts. 1 scout does go on down. 2 scouts go and make their way forward and make their way back. And 1 does go ahead and eat some sand. Good hits there as well. These scouts are on hold ground stance, and he's losing too many scouts right there. And he has basically ultimately closed this breach with arrows and corpses. Do now the archers and skirmishers trying to get some damage on this wood line. Very nice. Pink has largely walled off everything, barring this hole right there, which is now being walled up now. And Pink's going to counterattack there. There's a massive hole there for Pink to push forward. And now we've got these scouts and archers and skirmishers moving around, trying to find engagement. Let's find some hits on the palisade gate. And Pink's now going for wheelbarrow. And this wall has been far from complete. Those trying to run away. Blue cast the garrison inside a house is going to escape these archers, or the town center can't. And there you go, does quickly build up a house there to escape, but there's still a large number of villagers are very, very vulnerable. Got these archers and skirmishers trying to hit this lumber camp, doing some chip damage there. And now got the magenta Pink's archers pushing forward. They does have fletching. Blue does not have fletching, so Pink's able to engage safely. Blue's going to have 33 villagers. Pink has 35, and no Pink has gone for wheelbarrow, so he is much more ahead than one would realize. Good number of hits there on the villagers. Blue has lost a large number of villagers thanks to this counterattack with these archers. Blue does not have fletching yet either, so Pink's archer is still in a good position, able to get a free kill there onto that skirmisher. And now we've got these archers trying to move around. With fletching as well, he's able to reach these guys quite easily. This one does well watchtower here, but there's not enough space for all these villagers. Takes out villager as well. The additional pierce armor of these archers will make it sustain a little less abuse, though the damage count is still quite high, 8 damage. So that 1 pierce armor is not going to make a big difference, but can make a sum of a difference. More housing to put out on the field. And it looks like Pinks are going to stand and fight, dealing as much damage to his opponent's force. Wounding this force will make it so his opponent really will have trouble advancing forward, but does still have actually now significant force. We put them all up together. Oops, that was literally everything up together. We do got 12 units here. 6 archers, 6 skirmishers, still a significant force. So blue can counterattack here. We do got 11 archers here. And Pink may be going for a Castle Age. I don't know, I have a gut feeling. Castle Age almost complete for Pink. That is a massive boon there. Crossbow being researched now. He doesn't have Botkin Arrow research. He may not have enough resources for it. Now he's getting Botkin Arrow. If he's able to stall out for crossbows, that would be great. But he's not going to stall. He's going to engage. He's a good high ground damage there. Trying to go to the minimum range of these skirmishers. And now here's a crossbow research, able to annihilate these skirmishers, no problem. Blue's force will go down. Now it's going to be a massive assault here of 10 crossbowmen. Botkin Arrow just got complete as well. Blue, does blue have Castle Age? Yeah, it's being researched now. Sorry about that.
No bomb ranya.
Crossbow and push away forward, trying to get some good damage on in. Tower does, of course, have that's 8 range and 6 attacks, so getting the attack damage and range mixed up on the tower. But blue does have fletching now, and the villagers will spot the damage and all of these crossbowmen. Losing a large number of villagers there. Blue's now down to 30 villagers. His opponent's at 42. And Pink could skyrocket ahead with even more villagers if he gets out early town center. Got Thumb Ring now being researched by Pink, and now there is a second town center as well. Though he's not currently utilizing it at the moment. So Pink looks like in an exceedingly good position there. Let's see now. He may have killed off all of his herdables there. I don't see any. There's the only mill there, so he actually killed off the herdables, not getting additional food generation. Archer does go down there. And now we do have this stable receiving some fire. Blue's not going for another town center here, trying to claim that stone and wood, while apparently have a safer collection point. Blue's not going for his own crossbow and Botkin Arrow research. Pink still has a significant force here. Blue needs to get out some knights probably. Right now he's having severe trouble. Pink's getting out some more crossbowmen. Haven't been suffering with his villager production right now. They're lacking just a bit of food for that. Blue's right now just eyeing for more crossbowmen. Has a bit of a poor food production as well because of the farms being camped. Sable's seen a bit of fire. Got 14 crossbowmen here. We've got a siege workshop employed on the field. Hope we'll see a battering ram. We do see a Mangonel, and as well as ballistics being researched by Magenta or Pink. Blue could take time. Yes, I'm going to say collect some of the zebra, get some sort of food collection, because he needs a lot more food collection at the moment. Both sides are skipping on their village production. Pink's just having trouble for his own food production. Trying to mix in as many crossbowmen and as many villagers, as many Mangonels as possible. Over here, we've got a couple crossbowmen for blue in the region. Now the Mangonel is going to take time to siege down the stable. Blue now deploys out his own Mangonel. Stable receiving a bit of fire there. And there's a lot of crossbowmen here. Blue's Mangonel is trying to go for Pink's Mangonel. Pink's Mangonel does receive some damage. Pink's Mangonel is pursuing Blue's Mangonel. And Blue does do a particular shot there and gets finished off by the crossbowman. Pink now has 2 Mangonel deployed on the field. I would say a battle ram wouldn't hurt, just to deal with the structures a bit faster. His crossbowman being fed in one at a time. He needs to get out like maybe 3, maybe 4 Mangonels to deal with his force. He needs a large number. If he sends these Mangonels one at a time, they're going to get focused down. So right now the crossbows do have 7 range, same range as the Mangonel, but they have time to split, avoid shots. And this could be very, very deadly right there. Alright, good volley there. Gets some splash damage. Mangonel's receiving some fire there, trying to repair it on up. Gets another splash hit there. And Pink's Mangonel does take out Blue's Mangonel. And Blue does cast in GG as well. And Pink returns to GG. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. It's definitely not Maulians versus Maulians. This looks like Aztecs versus Maulians. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn right side as the red Mayans. We have Enzyme. I was looking at the wrong name the entire time. Spawn the blue Maulians. We have MT. So yeah, looks like I was mistaken. This is Mayans, not Aztecs. Sometimes I get those symbols mixed up. Let's go and cover each player's civilization bonuses. The Maulians, they're of course an infantry civilization. Buildings cost 50% less food, or 50% less wood. Buildings don't cost food. Barracks unit gets +1 pierce armor starting feudal age. Those drop off 50% more gold, which is very, very good. Unique unit, Gabeto, which is a fast-moving knife or axe-throwing infantry unit. Unique text, Tigwell, Townsend's fire arrows while ungarrisoned. Not really that important. And Farambia, Cavalry gets +5 attack. We got the Eagle Scout trying to get some stabs there. Got a good amount of damage on that one villager there, severely wounded. And for Red's bonuses, the Mayans. Archer civilization. Villagers start with +1 villager, but -50 less food. Start with resources last 15% longer, which is actually very, very nice. Archers cost 10%, 20%, and 30% less resources. Unique unit, Plumed Archer. Which I forget, it's like an anti-archer archer, or was it like a fast archer? I always forget. Unique text. Huchkul javelins. Skirmishers throw a second projectile. El Dorado. Eagle Wars have +40 hit points. Team bonus. Walls cost 50% less. That actually is quite significant. So if you like stone walls, you get that cheaper. If you like palisade, like double stacking palisade walls, that costs the same amount. Plus, it also allows you to go for palisade walls much, much earlier in order to help keep your area secure. So very, very good civilization bonus there. Looks like both sides are just eyeing the eco up, so let's go ahead and go even faster. The Mayans are going for a full farm there. Who's now getting off this full farm as well. Lots of foray started to collect on up. Castle Age now being researched by Red. And sounds like Blue's already gotten his Castle Age as well. We got Bodkin Arrow, and I see some blue stuff on the field. Slow down. There we go. We got the Bodkin Arrow research. Crossbow research was very, very delayed. Those Ages was lacking resources for it. Let's see what Red is. Crossbow and Bodkin research is on the way. Looks like the crossbow research for both sides are going to kind of have similar timing. Nope, Blue's going to get his out a little bit earlier. We've got crossbow and now research both sides. Red now offsets Bodkin Arrow as well. Right now it's a skirmishing fight. Barring the fact that there's lack of skirmishers. The market does get cancelled there, overflow destroyed. I wasn't really paying attention. And right now, Booster Blues crossbowmen falling back. Red does have 13. Maybe a good idea to break down the wounded palisade wall and charge forward. Villagers advancing on forward. Going for a forward siege workshop. It does actually destroy the wounded palisade wall, and it's going to make its way forward. Looks like Blue's just eyeing. Okay, ballistics is pretty good. Pierce armor is pretty good, so very, very good. Red's getting his own ballistics as well, but doesn't appear to have pierce armor. He may have actually does. He does get level 1 pierce armor right now, so very good. Finds an angle on these villagers there. Let's take out a couple of them now. And there's a palisade gate here as well, so Red's able to pursue both sides of ballistics. Red hits there. Blue is actually rolling some misses there, and the high ground damage is actually very important, or low ground lack of damage is actually important. Red hasn't lost many crossbowmen there. Good hits there. And now these 2 crossbowmen falling back. But this Eagle Scout does find some hits there. Takes out one of those crossbowmen as well. But does get gunned down by the last crossbowman. Now Red could advance forward as well. He hardly lost any crossbowman engagement. You now have a siege workshop here. Let's see what's being pulled on out from it. Right now, a Mangonel. Mangonel's almost deployed out in the field. My apologies. Mangonel does roll a miss there. High ground damage or low ground damage, allowing the Mangonel to sustain a little less damage. Does take a nice hit there under those 2 reinforcing crossbowmen. Mangonel's now going to be repaired on up by this early bolt by the forward repairer. Red's crossbowman falling back, doesn't want to fight against that Mangonel. Does find a potential engagement there onto these crossbowmen, only getting some damage onto them. Blue's going for more and more crossbowmen, as well as villagers. And Red's going for more and more crossbowmen, as well as villagers, as well as Eagle Scouts. Those appears to be Eagle, yep, they're Eagle Scouts, not Eagle Warriors just yet. Sorry about that. And the Lion does get some noms, and does receive a lot of arrows there. It's now a Nemeton Lion. Receive a lot of damage there on those crossbowmen. They're very, very wounded. A monk to heal them up wouldn't be half bad. If you throw them inside the town center, get healed up as well. Nobody ever does that. Looks like a couple of these crossbowmen being picked on off. Blue has a good number here, and then attack move order, picking off these reinforcements. Very, very good. Picking out these reinforcements is very important. Let's see, how many Eagle Scouts does he have at the moment? Or even Eagle Scouts being pulled out at the moment. And again, more of these reinforcements being picked on off. That is a large number of those did go down. They got some Eagle Scouts here. No Eagle Warrior upgrade just yet. Mangonel finds a volley there, hits a villager. Trying to deal with these Eagle Scouts now. The Eagle Scouts currently have 2 Pierce Armor, no Pierce Armor upgrades onto them. Okay, now this Eagle Warrior is being focused down, so these crossbowmen. With this Mangonel does find a volley there, and finds a massive volley there. Red is losing far, far too many crossbowmen. Not only because of poor reinforcement rally, but also because even from a lion, he lost a crossbowman to a lion. Ugh. Red is losing far, far too many of these crossbowmen. Village now seeing some hits there. He's denying the gold with his long range hits there. Mangonel's going to take time to break down the palisade gate. Palisade gate has been destroyed, and now these crossbowmen advance forward. Does find a good volley there on the Eagle Scout. More Eagle Scouts on the build queue, more crossbowmen on the build queue, but they're multi-stacked a bit too high. He needs more archer ranges. These crossbowmen need to fall back. They are needed, but he needs time to reinforce. Has a good number of crossbow inside the archer ranges. Very nice. 7 total. Now 8. Soon to be 9 and 10. Got 1 Eagle Scout loaded up as well. It looks like still just one town center queue. Nope, he does have 2 town centers there. Not building any more villages. Blue does have a superior number of villagers, 61 to 67. Mangonel finds a good volley there. Eagle Scout push way forward. Finds a massive there, so Blue has lost a significant number there. Does lose the barracks. That's why the Eagle Scout got forced out, because of the wounded barracks. These couple crossbow do push forward, finds a volley there, but gets some damage on those villagers. Does get them back to town center now. One Mangonel does go down. Blue's Mangonel, or Red's Mangonel, finds a decent hit there on these crossbowmen, severely wounded. And Red's Mangonel does go down. Does finish off that Blue Mangonel. Both of those crossbows do go down as well. This Mangonel is still at full health. Red is going for more Mangonels. And right now, Blue does have the high ground, so the Mangonels volleys will do less damage. He probably needs a direct hit there to take out this Mangonel. But even then, maybe not that. Yeah, even a direct hit doesn't take out that Mangonel. Takes out Blue's Mangonel there, very, very nice. Crossbowman receive a nice volley there from the Mangonel, and now Red's crossbowman advance forward. They're very, very wounded. And Blue's coming back off the region. Red has stabilized for the moment. We'll still have 2 villager production, 2 crossbow production. Blue has no villager production at the moment, going for the horse collar upgrade as well as a handful of crossbowmen and Mangonels. Looks like Blue's just trying to equal up at the moment. We do have 9 crossbowmen here. We do have 16 here for Red. But these forward Mangonels could do some good work there. That's going to be another massive volley. Blue's Mangonel has received some fire damage there. So a direct hit will kill off that Mangonel, and Red's does go down there quite easily. High ground crossbowman gets some good damage and receives some good damage. Mangonel starts to push way forward along these crossbowmen. And Red loses another Mangonel. Red does have the high ground advantage right here. There's currently 14 crossbowmen here. Red's crossbowmen were dancing around a little bit too much. Red's crossbowman also severely wounded. He needs to fall back, get some reinforcements. Maybe some more Mangonels. He's calling out more and more crossbowmen. Red's also getting out some more Mangonels, and it's maintaining good villager production. Do now have a castle over here, which will slowly siege down the workshop. Very, very nice. And I was trying to eye for this forward stone. Blue's now pushed forward 3 Mangonels. Very, very nice. Oh, that's a mutual trade at least. Ooh, these crossbowmen are far, far too punched up. They will get annihilated by those Mangonels. Because they're on this archer range. He only has 2 archer ranges, and he can't be losing these. He needs to perhaps get some garrison on the inside as well. Good volley there. Crossbowmen engaging close range. Mangonels are a little bit smarter in Defend Edition, where they try to minimize friendly fire damage. So being at point blank range between the Mangonels will not necessarily kill off the Mangonels. A large number of these palisade walls have been destroyed off right there. Red's Mangonel finds a great volley there on the Blue's Mangonel, and does receive some damage in return thanks to the high ground as well. Red's now going for Imperial Age. He's down 1 archer range as well, so he's down to 1 archer range. Needs more Mangonels. Well, bring in some plumed archer support as crossbowmen if needed as well. And he can get Arvos up from research as well. Red's Mangonels does find small splash damage there. His mine camp's starting going down. He still has 3 Mangonels in this region. Red has currently 14 crossbowmen there. A good number of them are quite wounded. Blue has 20. Let's see, is Blue going for Imperial Age just yet? Blue's just now started Imperial Age. Red has Imperial Age almost complete. Now Red has Imperial Age. He can perhaps go for the Heavy Onager upgrade, or the Onager upgrade. Put it there on the Mangonel. The Paladin starting to go down. He's going to lose his last archer range. He has to put out some more. That's good. This is getting Bracer as well, trying to get some extra range and damage, as well as the Arbalest upgrades on the build queue. Archer range here does go down. Red's now pulling push forward with 2 Mangonels. Red sounds like to receive a bit of fire there, and it gets annihilated by a single volley from a high ground Mangonel.
Shot it.
Arbalest upgrades almost complete, and now we do have a battery ram pushing way forward, which would be a good item to deal with this town center. Arbalest has been researched, but now it sees a lot of extra damage there, trying to dodge these Mangonel shots. Blue's crossbow just sitting there firing. Arbalest are going down.
Shot it.
Town center now has been de-garrisoned. Crossbow advancing forward. Blue's going to be pretty far away from zone Arbalest if he can even get Arbalests. Good splitting up damage there. Taking out a number of those blue crossbowmen, just using superior quality now. Blue now has his own Imperial Age, so but still pretty far away from getting out his Bracer and Arbalest if he can get those research. I'm not so sure if he can. We got a handful of Arbalests being pulled out, being queued on up. Still got this battery ram pushing way forward. We got another battery ram here, fast putting some pulses up. Chemistry now being researched by the Mayan player.
Shot it.
Stone being collected over here by Red. And that's where Red is getting his gold way down south. University now seeing some fire there. It's getting pretty close. You may get chemistry interrupted. Siege Workshop does go down right there. We do have these 17 Arbalests advancing forward. Blue's now falling back with his crossbowmen. What can Blue get? He cannot get Bracer. He can get Arbalests. Let's take the Mangonel there. Thanks to the fact that he does have Arbalests to research, he's able, as well as flushing, he's able to get some good range damage there. Farm's getting hit by these battle rams, as well as the market. These forces pushing way down south. There's 26 Arbalests here. And that battery ram does go on down. Blue does reveal the fact that he has Arbalest research now, and we do have a forward Siege Workshop here. Arbalest trying to advance forward, but we've got the castle in this region. He does have ballistics. He may not have murder holes. Most people don't really go for murder holes, honestly. Blue's not going for Pierce Armor research, as well as the Elite Skirmisher upgrade. Oh, there's a pyramid there. Blue's going to get some great damage there on these villagers. Red has not responded whatsoever. Now we got the response there. Large numbers of villagers will go ahead and go on down. Red's villager count is dwindling rapidly. His opponent has 112, and Red has 80, 70, 78, 77, 75, 74. It is a slaughter against those villagers. But Red's eyeing for a counterattack has multiple groups of Arbalests advancing on forward. These villagers trying to run away up north. There's nothing up here for the garrison. He is trying to go for this town center now. He has bought this gold mine there, so splitting off a small amount of these Arbalests wouldn't be a bad idea. He's almost reaching forward, and now seeing some elite skirmisher fire. Blue killed off a lot more villagers. Opponent Red is down now to 62 villagers. Blue's at 104. A lot of these villagers are being pursued. He's just pushing way forward. They run to this town castle there. Some garrison the council inside the castle. I'm not sure what though. Looks like just villagers. Research conscription as well. Red's now pushing forward these Arbalests. It has 14 here. That's currently 14 for Blue. Thanks to the fact that Red has bracers, should be much better for Red. My apologies. And looks like Blue's sort of just in this garrison. This group of Arbalests up here is finally being cleaned up. Blue just going for straight for mass elite skirmisher. Oh, looks like Blue's doing a good job there. Finds a choke point to choke up his opponent. They're currently 11 each. Has high ground damage there as well, so Red may need to fall back. The high ground damage being problematic. Great dodging there, drawing a lot of fire there, while Red just has General A move forward and losing a lot of Arbus there. Great micro by Blue. Blue's now down to 84 villagers. Red's at 61. Elite skirmishers getting some great damage there on these Arbalists. There should be enough Arbalists there to deal with these skirmishers, but it's going to be not a good engagement in either way. Got these 15 Arbalists advancing forward. Now they find their own high ground names there, annihilating Blue's Arbalists there, finally cleaning all that up. Now he's able to claim that last bit of 121 gold. This gold mine now is starting to be recollected there. It does have defensive castle in the region as well. And right now the village count 65 to 90. Not looking good for either player, but Blue's certainly looking better. Skirmishers advancing forward. We got 10 skirmishers in this region, pushing way forward. We got these 12 skirmishers as well. We got 17 skirmishers, or 7 skirmishers there. So it looks like Blue's just transitioned to mass skirmishers. He did lose that gold collection there, so he does need to get that to start recovering. And what does Blue have right now? He's going for his infantry upgrades now, so he's starting to transition to his infantry. Some of these lumberjacks are starting to get hit by these skirmishers, receiving a lot of damage there. Red's losing some more of these villagers. He can't be losing any more. He just had 69, now he has less than 69. And now this lumberjack sounders we're seeing a bit of fire there. Villagers just going around building housing and outposts. Arbus trying to deal with these skirmishers. These skirmishers getting some hits there onto these villagers. These skirmishers currently have 8 armor, and this lion will not get the kill there on the villager. The Arbalist should be able to, if they were to stand there and shoot him. Red's now backing out off with these Arbalists. Blues still have a handful of skirmishers in this region. They don't do good damage versus buildings, so you leave them alone for a bit of time against those buildings. But there's still the skirmisher just annoying these villagers. Arbalists are falling back away from the skirmishers. And that Arbalist does go down there as well. This villager does see some fire there. Eagle Scout finds some stabs there onto this elite skirmisher. So maybe transition to some Eagle Scouts. Maybe that was just a leftover one. Though, then again, he doesn't have Eagle Warrior research just yet. Let's see what Red is currently deployed on out. Yep, he's starting to build up some more Eagle Scouts, trying to deal with these skirmishers with them. And now we do have the gold technology, which is Eagle Warriors have plus 40 hit points. So maybe he is trying to transition to some Eagle Warriors.
Shot it.
Skirmishers getting some damage here. And still just skirmishers everywhere. Eagle Scouts pushing way forward. They do have soon have El Dorado research. They have El Dorado research, Eagle Warrior research on the build queue. Castle gained some great damage there on these skirmishers. Able to keep his gold line from being harassed too much. And now these Eagle Warriors should be able to deal with these skirmishers no problem. Right now they have 4 pierce armor. Skirmishers have 6 damage, so they will do 2 damage per javelin. More castle being pulled out by Blue. This gold mine doesn't have a whole lot of gold left. That's 4 deposits, all less than 400. Red could send a single villager or 2 to claim that gold as well. Let's not let that go. Eagle Warriors push way forward, gain some good damage there onto these elite skirmishers. Just got a couple of villagers against Red. Red's up to 70, and now his opponent's at 103 as well. So both sides still recovering their villager count.
Shot it.
Now these Arbalists are advancing forward. We do have 2 handed swordsmen being pulled out, as well as now the elite Eagle Warrior research as well. He does spot the two-handed swordsman. He's getting champion upgrades as well, so he can get champions. He has gotten champions. He can get supplies, but not Gamerson, which is actually a bit of a problem versus the Mayans, who's more of an archer civilization. Elite Eagle Warriors now sprinting around, ready to get some work done. Blue's now on trying to claim this northern stone as well. Arbus received some fire there, but the Elite Eagle Warriors now coming in here to advance and hit these skirmishers. Arbus could push forward to support the Elite Eagle Warriors. Now we've got a good number of champions deployed on the field, and there's a good number of skirmishers to support them as well. Elite Eagle Warriors trying to poke down some of this housing. These Elite Eagle Warriors trying to go for some of these skirmishers. They're not going for the villagers. Now the Elite Eagle Warriors are getting some good damage. Their champions coming in to respond to deal with these Elite Eagle Warriors. These Elite Eagle Warriors are not going to try to run away. Arbalists getting some great damage there on the skirmishers, but skirmishers, of course, would love to be in range of these arbalists. Though he is a bit overkilling them, Elite Warriors could advance forward to draw some fire there. Castle's now in range as well, getting some good damage, and now we've got some trebuchets being pulled up by Red. Very, very nice. More flanking Eagle Warriors here, getting them overrunning these Elite Skirmishers. Now we've got the champions trying to stop these Eagle Warriors from being in the region. These Eagle Warriors are currently at 100 health with Eldorado, and now he's starting to get the melee upgrades as well. He has not gotten melee upgrades. Up north, we do have the skirmishers still trying to secure up the stone. Farm now receiving a bit of fire as well. That villager does go ahead and go on down. You have a very, very large army here of 60 units. There's currently 40 Arbalists in this region, receiving a lot of various skirmisher fire. I don't think the Arbalists will like this engagement. They will need these Elite Eagle Warriors to charge in forward to deal with these skirmishers, as well as hold back the champions for the Arbalists to start firing away. Both sides could say to have some onagers deployed on the field. Elite Eagle Warriors now advancing forward. Elite Eagle Warriors need to fall back a little bit, push it a little bit too far forward. Elite Eagle Warriors now have 8 Pierce Armor. So these skirmishers will do minimal damage to them. And now we've got the Arbalists now pushing forward. They do have high ground damage there. Elite Eagle Warriors just may need to have movement to hold back his opponent. Arbalists now firing away. Champions starting to close the distance. So I'm going to just stand there and fight to hit these champions. It has a good number of Arbalists in this region, but champions starting to close the distance there. Skirmishers does get some sporadic damage there. Trebuchet getting some good hits there as well. Trebuchet garrison inside the castle. And now these Arbalists starting falling back. Trebuchet in the region. Castle gets some good damage there onto these champions. Does he have Murder Hole research? He does not have Murder Hole researched. And sorry, I hit my microphone once again. Arbalists are in a good position there. These champions starting to stream on forward. He may just need to stand and fight. Red's castle now under siege. Arbalists stepping away, trying to deal with these champions. Has a good number of them. We've got these skirmishers hitting the various villagers there. Red's currently at 76, 75, 74 villagers and counting down. Red's castle still receiving more fire. Got these champions engaging the town center now. Arbalists trying to get as much damage as possible onto these champions. The trebuchets firing away. One of them's on the low ground, the other one may be on equal ground. Town center is still alive and can still be garrisoned. 2 more trebuchets being pulled out by blue. And now these elite skirmishers are starting to focus down by these Arbalists. Good damage there onto the castle. And over here, you got these skirmishers getting some more kills as well, just being oh so annoying. Red's now down to 58 villagers. Red's just not getting good villager retention. He's also very, very low on food. He's trying to spend all his food on redeploying out his villagers. Of course, Arbalest does not require food. Eagle Warriors do. Champions now push away forward. There's 22 of them right there. Eagle Warriors trying to deal with these skirmishers now. And they've got these various Eagle Warriors just trying to clean up this housing as well. Which could potentially put Blue in a low housing cap. Council does go in and go on down right there. And now I've got these skirmishers advancing on forward.
Shot it.
Champion is pushing way forward. We got a good number of elite skirmishers as well. Running a force of 46. We do have a force of approximately 41 Arbalists. Eagle Warriors push way up north. And what if he spotted that area? Either way, he will potentially find these villagers going for a forward castle and trying to secure up that stone. Note the Eagle Warriors trying to push on forward. Just spot those champions right there. And I hear trebuchets is now firing away, trying to get some good damage there onto this castle now. Castle's seeing quite a bit of damage right there. Arbalest trying to push forward, trying to engage them. Good hits there onto these skirmishers. Up north, Blue's castle has been completed, and these champions are getting some good damage onto these villagers. Red is now back up to 73 and dropping. Arbalest advancing on forward as well. He has a very good large number of Arbalists here, approximately 59 of varying healthiness. Skirmishers getting some good damage there. Champions could start charging forward as well. Arbalest does take out one of those trebuchets, and that red castle goes down quite easily. Does have the high ground damage there, which would be very good to deal with these skirmishers with extra damage. Eagle Warriors, handful of them are charging forward as well. Champions are not being drawn forward just yet. He's have to stand there and fight. Trebuchets getting some damage there onto these Arbalists as well. Eagle Warriors charging forward, trying to deal with these villagers. Blue's going to play in the stone there. And these champions are still getting some good damage on in. Red's currently down to 67 villagers. And some of these farms starting to go down as well. The Mayan player, of course, have access to additional improved javelin throwers if he so chooses to go for them, and if he starts running out of gold. In fact, the map's probably pretty close to running out of gold as well. If you take a look at the gold reserve, red is out of gold. Blue has a mass reserve of nearly 3,000 gold as well as 5,000 food. What Blue should do is start collecting a lot of wood and then build out a lot of proxy barracks and just flood its opponent with champions. He can be suicidal with his champions. He's just lacking wood for the infrastructure. Blue does also has a 3 relics as well, so he will maintain a good gold tithe as well. Red does have a small gold deposit here, and the last of Red's gold is being collected right there as well. I don't know where there's any other gold deposit at the moment. Trying to look at the map there. Eagle Warriors getting cleaned up. Let's see. I don't see any sort of gold deposit left in the field other than the 2 that's in the Mayan space. Eagle Warriors receiving a bit of fire there. Red needs to start transitioning to his javelin troops and get the research for them as well. Trebuchet now receiving a bit of fire there. Red's trying to deal with this castle. Trebuchet will go down, but there's a lot of castle fire on this Arbalest. He's losing a large number of those guys there. Now champions have broken the front line. And these are blue trebuchets, not red trebuchets as well. So a lot of red's infrastructure will start to go down. I think that's going to be the end of the game for red. Darbo's trying to move on back. This castle will receive some repairs. Handful of red's villagers going down. Red's up to 82. This one's at 105. Arbalest now trying to push away forward, trying to deal with this force here. Do now have the blast furnace research being pulled on the field. He definitely needs to start getting his skirmisher upgrades. Eagle Warrior trying to get some good damage there onto these skirmishers. If these Eagle Warriors can also take out these trebuchets quite reasonably well. One trebuchet does go down. And Blue pulls back. He really should eye getting more and more barracks and just start swarming his opponent with champions. His reserve is so high. Red's reserve has a good reserve of wood, but has no reserve of food or gold. Wheelbarrow or a handcart not being researched now. Good damage there on these skirmish on these arbalists. He's down to 16 there and losing them quite rapidly. He does actually have another force there, so he's actually at 27-ish. Archer Rangers being pulled out on the field. Got these Eagle Warriors advancing forward. Skirmishers or arbalists advancing forward do have this archer range being deployed on out. Red is also no longer at the max 200 population. He does not have the income to really support 200 population anyways. So a good number of champions in this region. This point, more and more of these elite Eagle Warriors. They're now fully upgraded, I believe. Elite Eagle Warriors are advancing forward. Champions do have extra damage. Elite Eagle Warriors do have good health, though. Arbalest now advancing forward, and now we're seeing some extra fire from these skirmishers. We're dancing around over there. It's not exactly great. I think he's trying to focus on the champions individually. Champions now charge on forward, and now these Arbalists going to start going on down. Eagle Warriors are just... He's dancing... Red starts dancing around too much. He's losing too many forces right there. Sorry about that. Arbalists are just falling back. Got this castle now in range, so it's a good fighting position there for Red. May just need to hold the line right there, because at this point in time, he's just losing too much. Skirmisher's getting some great damage on these Arbalists there. He's down to minimal Arbalists, down to single digits now. And Red is casting GG now. That is going to be the end of the replay. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. No, honestly, I'm probably going to call it a night end of the stream now, because this damn cold is causing a little bit too much, and I think my throat's getting a little bit worse now. So everyone, thank you for watching. Have a good evening, get some good rest, and try to stay healthy.